If a historic solar storm large enough to destroy the electric grid struck Earth, everything would change. Within the first minutes and hours, high-voltage transformers and substations would experience overloads and physical damage due to induced geomagnetic currents. Power plants would shut down. Satellites would also be affected, disrupting communication and navigation systems. This would result in a global loss of communication. Internet and telecommunication networks would fail as data centers and cellular networks lose power. Satellite-based communication could face interference from the solar storm itself. Air traffic control systems relying on GPS and communication satellites would be disrupted. Flights would be grounded or forced to land as navigation systems fail. Electrified train systems and subways would stop mid-operation. Traffic lights would fail. All of these are just some of the effects within the first wave of the storm. Within the first days and weeks, pumps required for water treatment and distribution would fail. Sewer systems reliant on electricity would back up. Refrigeration systems in stores and warehouses would stop, leading to global food spoilage. Supply chains would collapse as trucks, trains, and ships halt due to fuel and logistics problems. Hospitals running on limited backup power would struggle to maintain critical services. Global economy would screech to a halt as banks, ATMs, and payment systems would cease functioning. Mass panic could ensue as people realized the scope of the disaster. All of these are just some of the effects within the first days. High-end transformers are custom-built, with replacement times of months to years. A worldwide shortage would severely delay recovery. Agriculture, machinery, irrigation systems, and food processing plants relying on electricity would stop. A decline in food production would lead to famine in densely populated areas. Diseases like cholera and dysentery would spread due to contaminated water and poor sanitation. Without a functioning power grid, society could regress to pre-electricity levels of productivity. Food shortages, lack of medical care, and societal breakdown could lead to significant population loss. The list of disasters if a large enough solar storm strikes goes on. It's hard to even imagine, but the goal in this video is not to promote fear, rather it is to promote awareness. There isn't much we can do to prepare the whole Earth for any such storm, nor is there any precedent for it, so convincing the powers that be to install proper protections has not been a priority. Yet never before in the history of mankind has humanity been this dependent on electricity to the extent that it has been for the past 100 years. Oftentimes, when humans look back on their own history and study mistakes, preventative measures seem so simple. Like the city of Pompeii that built itself in the shadow of the volcano, looking back, it was a bad idea to build there. Hindsight is 20/20. The aim of this video is to promote personal awareness. As an individual, you and your family can be prepared for solar storms, and thanks to the service FlareAware provides, you can have an early warning system to know when solar storms head toward Earth. By subscribing to our service, you will get notifications of upcoming solar weather before most of the world even knows such an event is transpiring. The foresight of an upcoming storm of any size is valuable. Sign up for FlareAware so that you can be aware